Hey there everyone, nice to meet you guys again. Hi, it's little me. Well, today, as you can see, I'm kind of jittery. I'm so happy to bring you guys a special segment today. I hope you guys saw that intro in the beginning because it's a clue. It was made by Meep189 on Discord in the server, I believe. But yes, it was made by them, and it was actually pretty cool, and I wanted to add it, so I added it. And that leads into the main topic for today. I am proud to present my speed paint for the annual March Caprice. I'll give you guys the rundown of the event soon enough as a quick reminder at the start of the speed paint. The characters I'll be drawing and talking about will be a surprise. So now you have to watch. I'll be talking about said characters, why I love them, and honestly any rambling that kind of branches off from those characters, so like kind of like their titles and where they're from, just like my lore stuff, thinking from a fan's point of view. Note, I said a fan's point of view. To this day, I don't know that much about the lore that well. I like to think I do know the basics, bare minimum. After that, it's the galaxy and the stars. I think I'm running out of time, but may I present a Duet's performance? Please enjoy, have fun, relax, and let's talk and geek out about Kingdom Hearts! Okay. For starters, just in case if I sound kind of croaky, I just woke up. But, welcome to my piece for March Caprice. Yeah, I'm a lot more calmer because I took a little nap after the intro and outro. So today, I just want to tell you guys about the whole event. The event is more or less for people or fans and friends of Kingdom Hearts. So people who are like, content creators or maybe just like making music or art will come together and be a part of this one great big event. Yes. You have writing, you have art, you have merchandise, you have music, you have actually tournament games too. A lot of things actually. So I'll leave a link in the description box below, and hopefully you can check it out and see what it's all about, because I actually like it. I think this is my third year, I believe, back to back. Yeah, and so far it's been great. The mods are very accommodating and very sweet, so yeah. With that being said, I am on a time crunch. We gotta get this ball rolling. Okay, so I have a list just so I don't lose track. So yes, my piece. Let's explain that. So this, as you can see, is my art piece I'm working on. We have Marluxia, our dancing flower boy, and we have Larxene, the lightning nymph. I love her so much. Oh my gosh, man, I love her so much. She's so sassy, and I love that. And then also by extension, we also have Strelitzia. My whole idea behind this piece, because I was thinking like, okay, I could do the usual Sora, Riku, and Kairi, or any of the other trio. I was like, you know what? I want to be something different. I want to represent the characters that you don't really see that much. So what came to my mind was actually Demyx, Luxord, and then Marluxia and Larxene. But then I was thinking like, wait, I also want to make this like music themed, because it's March Caprice, mainly music. So I decided then that let's just see what I can do. And then after some rough sketching and finger breaking and all that stuff, I came up with this draft and line art. Yeah, you're only getting line art because it took way too long for me to get the line art correct. Oh, yeah. And then Strelitzia, I feel like she popped up because the theme that I chose for this was also inspired from a relatively old Vocaloid song. It was called Alice in Musicland, and they had like this whole scenery where it was like, you know, curtains and like they were singing and dancing, but it was kind of like flat shaped because it looked like all 2D, like actual paper stuff, which you'll be seeing later on in the video with like how I do that. So it's more like, you know, Marluxia and Larxene are playing their instruments and like, you know, making a happy atmosphere for Strelitzia, who's just, you know, innocently playing a piano in the background. Because yeah, I mean, Strelitzia's a baby. I kind of like her. She's adorable. After what happened in Union, I feel like she deserves it. Next up, I guess I could say why I like Marluxia and Larxene a lot. So I like those two the most out of no, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I had to think about I had to think about it. Tongue twister. Anyway, yeah. Next on the list would probably be Xemnas and Demyx. Only reason being because when I was younger, I saw Xemnas and he was the only like a character of color that I've ever really seen so far, and younger me was living for it. So, and look, he is melodramatic, but you gotta admit, it's pretty cool. And then there's also Demyx. I love him. He's adorable. He's a baby. He's mine. But yeah, Larxene, I loved her the most because, I don't know, she's just really sassy, really expressive, you know? Out of all the like members, I feel like she was the one who was like a little bit more, I don't know. I mean, well, aside the fact that she was like one of the two only girls, basically. She was just really, she was that person that if you honestly go up to her in the middle of the night, she will look at you and plan your downfall in the next 3 hours because you woke her up. And I love her for that. Like, it's just, her personality is just the way, I don't know. It's just, she's so angry and I love it. It's so cool. And then Marluxia is just like kind of the same thing. For some reason, when I was younger, I thought the members would be like, you know, more like, you know, expressionless, kind of like Sayax a little bit. But quite frankly, he really was not. I believe he was the final battle, oh my gosh, the final boss in Chain of Memories, I believe. It's been a while, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure he was. Pretty sure. Cause nominate great pain, but pretty sure he was. I think that's what put him in the spotlight for me. Overall, I kind of like him. He's just like, he's that one character in an anime where it's like, oh, you want to be better than me? Oh, well, sorry about that, but I'm better than everyone, you included. See, I just love that. It's just the sass. Well, Larxene has it too. It's just the sass, I'm telling you. Anyway, let's move on to... oh, I already talked about the... Okay, let's talk about Strelitzia. Strelitzia, and then I'll probably lead into Union. Okay, actually, let me backtrack that. Let's talk about Union first. Union, I was around when the game came out. I was in high school. However, the problem was the phone I had was, oh boy, was it so bad. I had it. It was playable, yes. But the problem was, I didn't have enough space for one. And it was actually a really big, like, app on my phone, and I couldn't download anything else. And at that time, I didn't have a job, so I couldn't really expand my memory card like that. So, I didn't have money either, so yeah. I do remember that the last place I was left off was, it was Agrabah. it was that far back. I felt bad that I didn't actually try and push forward, but I know that I did. I think I looked at the cutscene somewhere on YouTube, but I can't find the video, so I can't really do a simple recap. But I do know who Strelitzia is. I believe she is the sister to Marluxia, or Laurium, and I think a close friend to Larxene, or Elena. Well, I mean, it's not explicitly said that they are Laurium and Elena, but homie, take out the X and you'll see the answer. I don't know what else to tell you. I do remember from my few encounters with her, she was very sweet, she was very soft, like, I kind of liked it. It looked like she just wanted to be friends with Ventus, but she was just very shy, you know, and it just, she just was shy, she didn't want to, you know, like, I feel her for that, like, being shy, it's a road of hardship. And after what happened to her at the end, it was sad. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if you guys already caught up, but just in case, spoilers, if I'm spoiling it, mute my voice and watch the speed paint. Mute my voice and watch the speed paint. It's fine. It's fine. So, like I said, I didn't have the game, so when I found out on Twitter, because Twitter is where I keep track of like Kingdom Hearts stuff, I can't keep track for myself, I'll get lost, so Twitter does it for me, and I found out that Strelitzia done kicked the bucket because Ventus, I was like, wait, back it up, and I looked at the cutscene, I was like, what is that behind him? I was like, so what you're telling me is that the darkness, took over Ventus. And, you know, Strelitzia, who was, I think, she was trying to tell him something. And she was trying to tell him something to do something, I don't know. And then she just got caught in the wrong time, at the wrong place. And she got. And that whole thing festered. It grew so big. My man, Ventus ended up being, he went to like the new version of the town, I think is what happened, and people were wondering, like, there was supposed to be another person there, but then Ventus wasn't mentioned, and then people were like, what's going on, someone's missing, and then that's when like the whole thing of like paranoia, someone's lying popped up, and I think Laurium was like actually like investigating why his sister wasn't there, because he knew his sister would be there, but she wasn't. And I was like, okay, this is kind of scary, but okay. And then we find out that Ventus realizes that he's not supposed to be there. I'm like, oh honey, that's so sad. That's so sad. Not knowing Strelitzia is all the way in Quadratum. I'm like, my girl's living it in a nice penthouse, waiting for Sora. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. In general, I do like these three, you know, Marluxia, Larxene, and Strelitzia, because they do all connect. I think they're like their own, like they are their own trio, just like you have your Destiny trio, your Wayfinder, and your Birth by Sleepers over there. Wait, what did I just say? Oh my gosh, I meant your Destiny Islanders, your Sleepers, and your Twilight Towners. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they're like their own separate trio. It's just that I don't think that it's really, I guess, explained or expressed much. So, you know, there's that. But either way, it's an interesting type of trio. Cause, not gonna lie, I thought that those main three would be the only three trio. And I was wrong. I admit my defeat. Ooh, another thing I want to talk about. Look, this is a rambling video. You signed up for it. Kingdom Hearts 3 reactions. The ending. Bro. Tell me why that was the only Kingdom Hearts that I actually remember crying to. In relation how these three relate to them. especially with the ending where Sora, or I think you could pick who to fight with, but I chose Sora because I recognize his techniques and the buttons more easier. You had to fight actually Marluxia and Larxene, but the one thing that was interesting was the way that they all kind of like, disappeared. Because I may not know my lore, but the one thing that I do know is that you do not die. Okay, well, I mean, except for probably Master Xehanort and Ericus and Master Ericus. Although I don't know what the anyway, you do not die. What happens? What happens is you either get your body lost, your heart is in darkness, or you're in someone else's body, like you're in someone else's like heart or body or mind, whatever it is. Because that is what happened with the Birth by Sleepers. Dude, they are old. It hit me that they are old. Ventus is inside of Sora's. I said Sora's. Oh my god, Sora. Aqua is in World of the Darkness over there, and I don't think she ages that much, like physically. And then you have Terra over here being Norded, bro. So I think that's what's probably gonna happen with Marluxia and Larxene. I don't know if they will actually come back for Kingdom Hearts 4, but seeing as how they're literally related to Union, I'm pretty sure that they'll have some type of pop-up somewhere. It'll happen. I can feel that it will. Because you have Strelitzia, and Strelitzia is, by extension, connected to those two, because she was closer to those two than anybody else. And also Ventus, but anybody else. And, for example, I remember the one thing that really struck me was how Larxene, I believe, she said goodbye. She said it was like, okay, so as she was disappearing, she did the whole little like sign movement of like saying a secret and saying something like that, because bless our boy Sora, he felt bad that they were disappearing like that, and he didn't really want them to disappear like that. But even Larxene was like, you know what, I'll be back or whatever, it's a secret or something. And that frame is so pretty. I've seen her just angry in like in the World of Frozen, in Chain of Memories, I think, and she just looks like she's gonna rip your heart out. But then this frame, she looked so pretty. I was like, oh my gosh, she can smile, my baby is smiling. I was so happy. But yeah, she said something about a secret, and I'm like, ma'am, there is so much plot. You're destroying me, ma'am. I don't want to be mean, but you're destroying me. Don't say secret, because that means I have to find that out at some point, and that's a lot of work, just letting you know. But yeah, there's that. And then Marluxia's, I don't quite remember all the way, but I do know that his was like something about coming back, and like along the lines of Larxene's as well, but I don't quite remember what he said. But I just find it interesting how those two I guess disappeared in that battle, because in that battle what was it, the Keyblade Graveyard, yeah, Sora, I guess, fought Luxord, Marluxia, Larxene, and I think one more person. I can't remember. But yeah, those were the battles so far in Kingdom Hearts 3 ending. I will admit, okay, aside from like Marluxia, Larxene, and Strelitzia, guys, I cried so bad. I cried so bad. It's more like the Twilight Trio and the, I forget, I'm gonna call them they're called the Wayfinders Trio. I'm so dumb. Those two in general actually made me cry, but honestly speaking, I feel that the Twilight trio was the one that like it really kicked the bucket for me. Oh man, it was so sad. Oh, I mean, no, it wasn't sad. It was a very nice reunion. The fact that Axel couldn't remember, I'm like, what do you mean you don't remember? But then again, I mean, like, I don't think. Wait, did Roxas remember? I am not sure if Roxas remembered, but I know Axel was trying to, or sorry, Lee was trying to. And it was so sad, but also touching when he remembered. I was like, oh no. And then Shion was like pushed forward trying to like walk to them and she was crying. Oh, I felt like that was so sad. Oh my gosh, there's construction. Oh, you're kidding me, man. Okay, anyway, yeah, that was the saddest part. I guess jumping ahead into Kingdom Hearts 4. In my honest opinion, it seems interesting because from what I've read and from what I've heard is that it's Quadratum is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a world after Kingdom Hearts world. So like, what the worlds in Kingdom Hearts are the before life or the afterlife. I don't know. And Sora ends up in Quadratum, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, wait, what? It. I think I need to read some things over again. But that's the basics. Oh, see, I was pretty happy. Strelitzia looks adorable. I love her hair. It's cute. Very cute. Let's see, anything else on the list? I want to see. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, back to this piece, I suppose. As I was making the piece, I did have a little vision of what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it like a fish island, so like things would like curve inwards, like, yeah, a fish island. But I was a little bit running on time, so I wasn't able to really get that effect in there. But I guess the original effect of like, you know, Larcena and Marluxia playing the instrument to make Strelitzia happy in her own world, I feel like it came through. Honestly speaking, the hardest part of this piece was the instruments. It was the instruments. I looked all over in Pinterest for references, and quite frankly, it was killing me. It was killing me. I'll say that. Yep. Because some of them were not the right way to hold a violin. Some of them were not in the perspective I was looking for. And looking back on this now, I'm pretty sure I drew it a lot smaller than it should have been. Isn't that a viola? I'm not gonna. The only instrument I've ever played in my life was a recorder from elementary school and a trumpet. You know how simple trumpets are? Bro, 3 buttons. That's it. That's all you gotta worry about. 3. You gotta worry about nothing else. Violin out here having freaking 4 or 5 strings, bro. But it's a beautiful sounding instrument though. The flute for Larcene wasn't as bad, but it was annoying me how I couldn't put her other arm into the frame. So there's that. But other than that, it was pretty simple. The backgrounds were fun. Easily shaded too. I also wanted to see if I could like render out Strelitzia in the back more, but I was like, I don't know. Because the one thing I've learned as an artist throughout time is obviously the closer the things are to the front or the foreground of the piece, those ones should most likely be the most rendered or the most like, you know, cleaned out pieces. And things towards the back should be a little bit less blurred, like a little bit less rendered out. Only reason being because it's kind of all about perspective at that point. You don't want everything to be highly rendered, because if you do, the sense of focus is going to be all over the place, and you don't want that. It's going to look very cluttered. Yes, that's why for the trees and like on the sides I did the exact same thing. Me, oh my, I believe I almost ran out of things to talk about. Let's talk about the future and my hopes and dreams of Kingdom Hearts. I am looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 4 though, that for sure. I have been a Kingdom Hearts baby and forever I will. You know, Square Enix has my wallet in a death grip. I actually have to save up to get a PS5 for Final Fantasy 16 now. I don't want to, but I have to. Same thing for Kingdom Hearts 4. They're not gonna put it in the PS4. It's so mean, but they're not. But understandable though, because you know, new hardware makes it more easier to make games, I suppose. I don't know. I'm excited though, because I think in Memories of Melody, right? Or Melodies of Memory. I get those two switched so many times. I'm sorry. But in that game, I do believe that it was basically Kyrie's I guess reinterpretation of everything that's happened so far, which is a good game, honestly, if you're just like still lost like I am in terms of like lore. I think Riku is kind of in Quadratum, but he's looking for Sora and everything. And then you have Mr. I'm in a dark coat over there on the little skyscrapers. But yeah, I think that should kind of be it from my hopes and dreams. Like I'm hoping that it's an interesting game. Fill in the plot holes. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 tried to do that last minute. I was confused with the whole time travel thing. I'll look it up again at some point. But yeah, I think we're wrapping up soon. I rambled too far off. Thank you, and I'll let Outro Yuki handle it. Alrighty, and done. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed my rambling and questions. See, I really do love Larxene and Marluxia. Strelitzia is actually with Marluxia and Larxene, so it's like a little mix. Kind of a little love and hate relationship with Marluxia and Larxene, but mainly more on the love part. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this piece came out. Yeah, it looks a little bit like, you know, the usual kawaii chibi-esque type of style, but I kind of like the story a little bit. I like it that I put, you know, into the beast. With that being said, please enjoy March Caprice to the very end. There will be other people obviously after me. I'll be leaving a link in the description box for like the events account, so you can learn more about it even after the events are over. I now pass the baton I now pass the baton to the next participant. Thank you all for your time and attention. Everyone, please have a relaxing day. And the one thing I wanted to say, oh my gosh, here we go. As they say, may your heart forever be your guiding key. I've always wanted to say that. Okay. Bye. Thank you.